Okay, well, let's one side up. I need my other one up. There we go. Perfect. All right. So, welcome in, welcome in. If you all would like to join the healing classes or the tarot classes or any of my other services, email me and we will work that out. Regardless, this is going to be a tarot stream and a Q&A stream. Okay. So, let's delve in to the reading. Let's see what you all need to know about. What you need to know, Mother, Father, and the inner needs come down and reveal a message that we need to know. This is a message of spiritual gifts. Okay, nice. So there is a test that has been passed. Your spiritual gifts are them. Oh gosh, my phone's going to die. I need to charge it. Hold up. But there's a test that you passed that involves your spiritual gifts. Whether this is discernment, you know what? I might as well. I might as well. They're on the purple. Okay, fuck it. Get them both running. But anyway, you passed the test. Your spiritual gifts, which is gonna be a new gift or a new ability, I should say, that you are going to be learning how to use. I mean, how this could just simply be you using your discernment and your discernment getting a lot stronger. However, let's delve in and see what kind of spiritual gift this is. And this could even be a gift from the spiritual realms in the sense of you passing the test and it being like, oh, congratulations, here's this now. But let's jump into this and see what this is. What this could be. Wheel of Fortune upright. King of Pentacles upright. Okay. With the Page of Wands on the bottom. Okay, so Jupiter and Virgo energies. It's a very nice energy. It's very calm. It's not too distracting and it's not necessarily too out of pocket, which is very good. This feels like it's very aligned with you. It feels like this gift, if it is like a new spiritual sense, it's not going to be something that overwhelms you. And thank you for the jewels. I appreciate love them. I wish that I could see the chat on this view so I can fucking be up to date. Oh, this whole browser just froze. Cool. Maybe if YouTube would work with me on both ends, that'd be cool. But this is a very beautiful spiritual gift. It's one that's going to help you move forward more solid on the physical, or this could simply just be, again, like a reward that you're getting where spirit is just attracting you to certain people that can lend you blessings or lend you the path that you need to go down at this time. This stupid chair. He's getting hooked up. Yeah, Page of Wands still wants to come out on the split. This is because of you looking at things in new ways, working your brain, really learning how to maneuver yourself. Really learning how to maneuver yourself. Or just maneuver the new things around you. And the King of Cups inverted. You could be a little bit shaky, or these gifts could feel a little bit uneased at first if it is like a new spiritual sense that you're gaining. The Page of Swords inverted. It's not some. It's like you're mentally not there, but you feel the energy of this. or you're unable to think about how this is going to come together, but it is still um on its way. Like, though you can't mentalize it or think about it, or you might not know what this is, the energy of it is around you. Six of Wands inverted. You could be too busy focused on losses or what you don't have, and that's just what's keeping your mind clouded from this gift. Um, you are sort of stuck in a tower when it comes to emotionally bereaving yourself, or being like, oh, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I don't have enough for this, or I don't have enough for that. Those thoughts with the Three of Swords and Ace of Swords inverted are what's causing you to stay in this tower. But you do have something good coming around the corner. It's even like it's not even gonna be it might even be a shock, but it also doesn't feel like it's gonna be a shock. Because it's like you're gonna receive it, but at the same time when you receive it, it's not like you're gonna be like super shocked, like, oh my god, I got this. It's gonna be like, oh well, I always knew this was gonna happen, or I always knew this was going to um be a part of what I'm doing. However this is, it is coming to you with the Knight of Cups. It might not be coming to you at the time that you want it though. With the Nine of Pentacles inverted, it might not come to you when you are expecting it or when you need it the most, quote unquote, but when you want it the most, I should say. Because it's like this shouldn't be taken with granted, no matter what this is. It's something that you really need to understand, like, hey, this is from the divine, and you need to just like relax on like over stressing, like, oh, I need this, I need that. You don't need those things, yeah. But this is going to be something that's going to either bind you to knowing that you can do something, or you feel as if you're bind or you're bound and you need to do something to get rid of the lack. But really, it's just changing up your mindset. There's nothing being sent to you. A lot of times you end up cursing yourself. If you find yourself checking in on yourself a lot, like going, hey, how, are you doing good? Are you doing good? Are you sure you're doing good? And like to yourself, that's a good sign to see that telling you like there's something deeper bothering you and you're not meditating or looking deep enough to figure that out. Um, this also could just be like a removal of a lie of yourself as well, because the Two of Pentacles is out here. It's something that you're not going to be focused as much on, or you're going to be losing your balance, or you've lost your balance. Not that you're going to lose your balance, but you've lost your balance in some form of fashion due to this mindset. That you're going to be seeing like, oh, so this is why I'm in balance, or this is why nothing can come in. That's sort of what this is going to bring to you. So changing up that whole pattern of yourself is what's going to actually motivate you forward, or even push you forward in a sense, I should say. You should already be motivated to move forward. That shouldn't be like a hard thing for you just to be like, yeah, I want to move out of this. But it's the fact that you're not putting any action with it. Yeah. But the second that you walk away, you have a new beginning. So that's what you're needing to focus on right now is what aspects am I doing on the physical, or what reactions am I having that are causing me to feel stuck, and how can I walk away from it? Sometimes it's as easy as just reverting your words or not saying that thing that you always say all the time. Um, I was gonna say something too. Yeah. Also, remembering that your emotions are your actions. You don't have emotions. That's a big hoax. People don't understand that still. No matter how many times I try and say that, it just does it like when you're at the other, but emotions are not real. It's feelings. You feel things and then you emote. Emote ion. It's emotion. And everyone breaks down energy and motion, and then they say my emotions. What? No, that makes no damn. Like y'all are so silly. This is why I don't get humans for real. Like I'll say one thing and then literally 2 seconds later go back and forget that you said it. I don't get it. I really don't. But now it's time to be aware of how you're spending time or what you're doing with time. Knowledge and time are out. Being aware of how you are using the time around you in like stormy environments or whenever the pressure gets put on or you're put into the kitchen, what are you really focused on? And how are you moving? And with stormy upright, it's like, what thought process do you have? What, like, yeah, shadow comes out. So there's like this shadow work that needs to be done whenever you're in panic situations or you're in lack or you feel like you need to do something and you don't do it or however. What are you doing? What's going on in your mind? What's going on around you? How are you moving around these things or how are you moving through these things? You have nature spirits. Getting out in nature will help you with this. Being around trees, mainly water, I'm feeling with divine feminine water. Never mind. Forget the trees for now. Go around water, divine feminine water. Connect to the feminine nature of water. You just some of y'all just need to be around more water, drink more water, speak love and light into your water, whatever you need to do, because you need to set a boundary to find the key to move forward from whatever this is that's blocking you or whatever this is that's keeping you in some form of continuum. Because again, it's like you just gotta focus on that water. Get you some water. Drink you some water. I don't want to hear. I hate water. You're half. Most of your body is made of water. So if you hate water, you hate yourself. Just fucking remember that for sure, for real. I'll be crazy out here saying weird shit like that. Water tastes weird. No, it don't. Maybe if you're drinking the poison water that they're giving you, yeah, it tastes weird. But actual water does not. No. Get you some reverse osmosis or whatever going on in your water, so that you don't have to taste that shit. I don't know. This new moon eclipse brought a lot to you. This might have been a message that you were getting on the moon eclipse. And even on this new moon card, it is the new moon eclipse. So, something about that time period where you were given a message, a dream, a vision, something, and it's like, hey, go do this. It's time. Yeah, but you guides inverted, but you weren't like you don't have any guidance for how to do this, and I feel like that's why it's stopping you. You become too codependent to veil and home. Mm. Don't wait till the full moon to do this. Full moon inverted, um, and fire inverted. You won't have the passion to do it at the full moon. So whatever you've been told to do it before that full moon so that you can continue it and allow it to grow greater. We have death inverted. I'm telling you, this rebirth was supposed to have. There's a rebirth energy in you that you manifested last full moon, which is why you're not supposed to do it next full moon because you've already put the energy. Like this new moon's supposed to be bringing that in. Especially with that eclipse. Some of y'all need to do some deep shadow work to figure out what is eclipsing you or what is blocking your vision fully and trust that process. Trust it. Find that light within. And you will be safe doing this shadow work. I don't know why some people are afraid of like, am I gonna get hurt doing shadow work? Only if you hurt yourself. And that's the true answer. People are like, what do you mean if I hurt myself? Well, don't strain yourself for one. Straining yourself is no bueno. What'd you do, you? But you know, when you begin to actually do this work and not just once and like continuously do it, you actually make a change. Yeah, just don't be afraid to show the world the real you. You're enlightened on what you want to do. You just don't have the full confidence. That's the full key of something. The wisdom. You don't feel like you're smart enough or are able to at the moment with transcendence inverted. And that's what's keeping you But achieving the success is just feeling like, oh, what if I don't get it, or what if I did it wrong, or something of that nature. It's like, why would you think that? You gotta step back. What what spirit's inside of you causing you to be so detrimental to yourself? That's what you have to figure out, because that spirit definitely not an angel. If you're gonna be detrimental to yourself, you gotta go check yourself, because there's probably have a demon up inside you for real. Yeah, you're just finding your limits, and you don't. It's like you're finding your limits, or you've been testing your limits. Your limits have been tested, but you don't feel good enough, or you don't feel like you did good enough, or you don't feel as if something is going the full way. But that communication is key. Gemini energy. So look at both sides of it and work through your fears. Yeah, work through your fears about why you don't feel protected, or why you don't feel like something's going to work for you, or why you don't feel like something is bound to be for you. All these things you got to look at from a deeper perspective, because if you're not, then how are you going to really move forward when that thing comes to fruition? Transformation, you have to transform these aspects of yourself, balancing your spirituality and practicality. Maybe that's something that you've been trying to do. You know how to, you know what to do, but you're almost like in shell shock of like, oh, do I do this, or do I do it my own way? And like sometimes you just need help. Yeah, that's something that you might not be understanding when it comes down when you relax. It's like whenever you relax, you don't understand why something isn't there. It's because you keep holding on to a vision that nothing is going to come out of a situation. Release that negativity, or release that pessimism. You don't need to be fueled with the energy of, oh, it's not going to work, or it might not work. If you truly know who you are and you give it your best, then why would you also be your own demon? You don't need to do that. So, tranquility. This is that harmony. I don't know what you're talking about, patience. This is you, not me. You need to give yourself a little bit of, you need to stop giving yourself so much patience. That's the issue. People be too patient and then they let people slack off. It's not about me giving patience. I'm just giving a message that no matter how many times I give it, and no matter how many ways, because I've given this exact message like at least 12 times in the past few readings, and it just doesn't hit. So it's not about my patience. It's just about people need to get better ears or understanding. I'm not being patient. Trust me. I want to get the fuck out this energy and actually go out and help people instead of repeating myself. It has nothing to do with patience. So don't say that to me, please. That's more of an insult, because it's saying that you're not doing that work. But he can have bliss because luck is on your side at this time. Hold your vision. It's a time to give rather than take, because conclusions are really in with reach for you. You're just not inventing something because you lack the knowledge, and that's keeping you from making a choice to heal something. We are gonna get the shaman cards out, see what needs to be said in there. And then we will move forward. Then go help people. I'm doing what the divine's telling me to do. If you were truly an oracle of God, as your name says, you would know that, and you wouldn't have to, tell me to go do something. Because I could just stop uploading these and go to doing stuff that I really want to do, that my ego would want to do, because there's a lot of people slacking and shit. But anytime I do that, people start crying. So y'all would not want me to just go help people, because when I would go help people, at least over half of y'all would be left behind. Genuinely, it would not be funny, because it would show how far behind a lot of y'all is, and we ain't about to do that. It ain't time for that yet. The divine is not giving me that signal. Because trust me on that. You don't want me to just go off and do that just yet. You wouldn't be ready for it. A lot of y'all would not. You should go help yourself though, because I gave you the keys. You should go help yourself. Simple as. That would make my job of helping people go smoothly. That's just the truth. And thank you for the subscription. Anyway, we have Oblivious, Opener of Ways, and Song of Silence. These three cards coming out again is a high sign that you are missing the bigger picture. Oh, I have already, Oracle. That's the thing. You don't get it because you're not up here. You don't get it. I've done that already. I've given out the exact damn keys multiple times. I've already done what I really want to do. Y'all just don't get it. And that proves my point right there, unfortunately. It will never click with people. It never will click with the people that don't want to help themselves. I'm being honest. Like I've ran experiments on this shit. It's bizarre. It is very bizarre. But again, with the Oblivious, Opener of Ways, and Song of Silence coming out again, all three of these are like y'all's main cards for real. Y'all gotta pick up that slack and really see what you're doing. Look around. You're spending too much time looking at the physical and what's happening there rather than seeing what's really going on within you. Taking that time to, have silence in your life and not make excuses for why you can't have silence or make excuses for why you can't create or why you can't do these things. Leaving room for those fills in that silent space. You need to be able to actually see what you're doing. I don't. I'm just gonna get rid of you completely. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Just go away. Niggas like you just don't know anything, and it bothers the fuck out of me when y'all try to talk like that for real. I don't get it. Really don't get it. But y'all need to be able to see like what you're truly doing in the life. What's going on truly? What are you feeling in your silence with? Are you allowing your silence to speak to you, or are you just allowing the realm around you to speak for you and then reacting to that? You need to really see what's going on within what you're opening, whatever you're paying attention to, or whatever's going on around you in your life. Because again, it's an inward battle of filling in the silent moments of your day-to-day life with things that are mediocre or don't matter. Things such as, entertainment, watching TV, listening to music, all these things that connect you more to the external world rather than to the internal world are things that you need to really focus on and see. And that's the greatest thing of it all. But again, that takes discipline within the self. You need to be able to sit back and see what's going on. You need to really take the step back and understand what actions you're doing are feeding into that loop. That takes that silence again. When you remove things from your life, why do you feel as if they need to be filled in immediately? Or what do you fill them in with? Or what do you get the urge to do in that sense? But again, that could be this new skill that's coming in, or this could be something that you are needing to learn. But regardless, take this time and ease to see that the spiritual gift of discernment is really a rare one and not many people have it. And when you obtain that gift or you attain that skill, you can almost clock people who don't have that discernment. like instantly. And it's very, it's like talking to a zombie. It doesn't make any damn sense. Like, and I don't mean zombie as in the fictional type. I just mean someone that's dead in the head. Someone that does not have a true substance or has lived so much of a lie that they have rotted their inside. But we have Mankael. Contain your anger today and don't get worked up. It's not a big deal anyway. Hallelujah. Hallelujah can help you with difficult conversations. Reach out to someone you've been avoiding. Haziel. What have you promised that you haven't fulfilled? Our word is our bond. Keep yours today. And last but not least, ILL. Knowledge is mystery. Knowledge of mysteries will come easily. Positive change is on the horizon. So again, this could just be people unlocking a new level of discernment or actually using that gift of discernment in a true way and knowing just really how to move forward in the grand scheme of things. Um, but that is the reading. If anyone needs a 3-card pull, donate any amount to the methods on the screen. Or if you have any form of questions, same rule applies. We are here for the Q&A and rest of the event now. Rest of the event now. Okay, we'll call it that. Hopefully everyone's been having a good day. I'll be doing more of these. Not many people, especially on YouTube, when it comes to the esotericism or whatever the hell you want to call it, or just like the tarot channels, talk about the things that we talk about over here, which is good. But you know, if you do have any questions about anything from shadow work to healing, um, tarot questions, or just any sort of like personal thing that you've experienced that you think I could lend sight on or lend eyes on, don't be afraid to. That is what we were here for this moment. Mm. The Holy Tablets. I would point them directly to the Holy Tablets, because that is the one book that will explain to you basically everything that you would need to know. And a lot of people think that that's a joke, and it's because they haven't actually spent time to read. And then they're turned away because it's more than like 500 pages. They're like, I don't want to read all that. But the Holy Tablets is where I turn people to. Always. Always, always, always. And if you give me a second. I can copy a link to it. There you go. There is the Holy Tablets. But I mean, I have all this information in the 2 links in my description. I have all this information like in the forefront, but people don't really pay attention when I say it. I don't understand how or like what that barrier is. I know some people don't stick around for the ending of the videos, but I do mention it a lot. A lot, a lot. It's very interesting. It is very interesting. It's over here. Forgot. But yeah. I keep a lot of information on deck. I spend a lot of my time getting down to the truth of things. I don't really like dealing with the lies of things. I cannot handle when something doesn't have proof to back it up. And not all experiences are proof, which is another thing. Because you can experience something that someone else can experience even though it's the same exact thing. I mean, that's the interesting part of it. That is the very interesting part of it. Cool, cool, cool. But yeah, I have all sorts of scrolls and PDFs of things that if people have questions on, it's like it's all. So I mean, it's all on those two links, but I know some people don't want to spend time to actually look through them to figure it out. And I mean, I've not that I've read a lot of these scrolls, but I know a lot about them, and I've sat in a lot of teachings of these scrolls. So it is something important to kind of just to know. Welcome in, welcome in. What if I did? Oh, I gotta download it. It's okay. That be okay. This one I can just open up, right? Awesome. I will definitely download this for the healing class. That actually works perfect for what I needed to talk about. But yeah, we're doing the Q&A and donation stream. If you have any questions, tarot or however, feel free to ask them. But the tarot questions donate to the methods listed on the screen. Hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. And I am multitasking, as always. Also, if you did send a donation, please let me know. I don't have my other phone on me that alerts me. So, if you did donate with and want to ask a question, uh, let that be known so I'm not like falling behind. I forgot to mention that as well. Oh, you're good. You're good. Uh, so what? Did you have the a question? I can definitely answer it. 'Cause I'm bouncing back between like three different things. I'd be bouncing around. I'm gonna need to read that later. I'm going to need to read all of that later. Actually, wow, it's gonna answer a bunch of questions. Interesting. Interesting. Mm. I got you, Stefan. Okay. So we're gonna. There's a lot of cards out. The first few described kind of like where you're at with the Moon, the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune inverted, the Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Cups inverted. The first three not knowing how to move forward and sort of in this lack state. There's not a need to walk away, or there's not really a path that you can see with the Four of Cups inverted and the Fool inverted to walk out of this, but there's something that is with the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. There's something growing or brewing within the mind at this time. Something that's brewing up to show you kind of how to traverse through this. With the Seven of Pentacles as well, it's like looking at what's going on around, which will give you clues to how to move forward. I would say that there is things will be fine with the Seven of Pentacles, Six of Swords. You will end up making a way with that Six of Pentacles inverted, with what you've been kind of given or the lack thereof. The Eight of Wands upright, the Three of Wands inverted, and the Seven of Wands upright, and the Three of Cups inverted. At this time, it's important not to get distracted by the I don't knows and stick with the things that you do know. Stick with the things that you know of your projects working forward. Like um you do know of your purpose, or hopefully you should. But there's a knowing of the purpose, and that you do have it, and that you are doing things on the physical to keep that purpose alive. Focusing on that, focusing on what that can bring in rather than what you would need to fuel it in with is what's most important at this time. With the Nine of Swords inverted, there is a 100% possibility of you moving forward, even with these sort of harsh conditions around you. But the Page of Swords upright is saying that you need to be more playful in the area of the mind. Don't be so logical about things. Be more imaginative about it, but don't allow that imagination to like detach you from what's going on. Um, like it's like making a peanut butter jelly sandwich with like a spoon rather than a knife. You might not have the exact tool that you need, but it's still possible. It doesn't make it a bit harder sometimes, but it's still doable. You're just needing to experiment more, be a bit more loose with what you are kind of going with. If you had any sort of like dead set plans, or like, oh, it has to go this way, it's going to go this way, releasing that mindset, releasing that control, so that you can invite new and better ideas into your sphere. That's just the main thing that you are kind of being asked to do by your guides at this time, because there is a way to move forward. It's just in this sort of halt with that Seven of Wands upright, you're not seeing a way forward, or you're not seeing the perfect way through. Don't forget as well that the divine is working with you, and anything that you don't know, asking the divine for help. They will help fill in those gaps. It's just about you not stopping, or at least if not, if stopping for a break, at least still pondering about how to do things, or removing the access of pessimism from your process. Doing those things are going to be very beneficial for you at this time. But that's the biggest advice, that's the biggest steps. Things will work out with the Three of Cups inverted still, and the Moon upright. Just not being distracted by the unknown or what's being eclipsed or what you're unable to see, because it feels like the lack that you are either in or coming up upon has just kind of has blocked out and made it harder to see what you're doing. So it's important in this time to remember why you started doing something or what your true purpose is, of why you're doing whatever you're doing, so that you don't end up falling into these loopholes of, oh, it's not going to work, this, that, and the other. If you're doing something for the greater good of yourself, it will work. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but there's always going to be workarounds as long as you know in yourself like who you are. I don't know if you have any Aquarius energy in your chart. If you do, I would look into that and see like where it's placed. Um, if not, I would look at your 12th house as well, because your 12th house is usually what comes into play whenever things are uncertain or unknown in times of this. So, kind of playing off of the inventor energy, but the man bearing wisdom, which would be the masculine and feminine working together, as well as the 12th house, which would be again the masculine and feminine, the one and the two coming together. So it's a lot about learning a new way to nurture what you're doing so that you're not repeating this cycle, because the cycle that you have been repeating or the things you have been doing have been leading to some form of debt, or some sort, not debt, some form of lack, whether physical, material, financial, however. And it's important to see like what you're doing that can be replaced with a better fuel or a better option, either a better mindset, a better way of moving something out, better a better working with the divine, however this is. But there is a better route to take, and that's something that's being overshadowed just by just the events around you right now. I got you, Stefan. No worries. Doesn't matter. I'll figure that out later. I shall figure that out later. Okay. Well, if that is all the questions, I will be back later today to do the same thing again. I know that a lot of people probably are in their jobs right now or something. Today is Friday. It's like almost 3 o'clock. But I'll be back later. Expect another upload or so on the channel. Um, at some point today before I do that live, maybe even after. But I'll try to get another one in. But thank you all for stopping in. Thank you for the donations that you all have sent. I truly appreciate them all. Everything that you all would need is in the description of my channel, my donation links, my email, my website, my other channel, and the Dr. Malachi's York books. But thank you all so much for being here.